Mabuhay. This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. My channel is about love and marriage to a woman from the Philippines, but you can love somebody from any nationality. This video is going to be about what a good woman looks like, and if you are a man looking to marry, you should look for a good one, not just any one. And this, I will give some points from globalenglishediting.com by Tina Fey. I've mentioned some of her articles in the past. So let's look at these signs of a good woman. And I think some of these, I don't know, it depends. How long does it take for these signs to develop? Let me know if you have any thoughts on that. These are signs of a good woman. Can you notice it on the first date, first year? The first one they list here, she's your biggest cheerleader. Well, I assume that one's going to take a while to really settle in. Every one of us, they say, needs a cheerleader in our lives. That one person who believes in you even when you're finding it hard to believe in yourself. And this is where the beauty of a good woman shines brightly. And I'll continue reading what they say. A good woman, according to psychology, isn't just there for the good times. She's by your side during the rough, tough moments, offering support and encouragement. She genuinely believes in your dreams and aspirations, even when they seem unattainable. This is good stuff here. She doesn't just passively stand by, actively helps you to reach your goals. She's your personal cheerleader, your source of inspiration. And not forgetting, she celebrates your victories as if they were her own. Wow. That would be a sign of an outstanding woman. Another one on her list is number 2. She's a master of empathy. And they say empathy is a powerful thing. It's the ability to truly understand and share the feelings of another. And believe me, when you have a woman in your life who is a master of empathy, you're on to a winner. Again, outstanding. Nothing else to comment on here from globalediting.com. I always have trouble remembering that. A third one they mention here, she values your independence. Sign of a good woman. Independence is a quality that we all cherish, they say. It's what makes us feel strong, capable, and self-reliant. But when you're in a relationship, maintaining that independence can sometimes feel like a delicate dance. And they say they've always believed that the two best relationships are those between two independent individuals who choose to share their lives, not out of necessity, but out of desire. My comment there about valuing independence, it's a give and take. I think you can't just say, well, you do your thing, I do mine. Well, why get married? I mean, somebody's going to have to give a little bit so they have time to give to the other person. Both should be supporting the other person, but like they say, it can get kind of dicey, because of time constraints, and we always have to battle selfishness in life, relationships, jobs, anything, marriage. And so the independence can work against the idea of being a selfless lover or spouse. And so they're gonna have to really communicate well about how much independence do you need or want, or how much independence do you feel is fair, and what does that look like? I think you have to communicate those things. You certainly don't bind each other down like a slave, but the degree of independence and the goals and the time and the cost and whatever should be considered overall, with the good of the relationship, I think. Number 4, she's not afraid to disagree with you. A sign of a good woman, and they say this one might sound a bit counterintuitive. Shouldn't a good woman always agree with you? Well, not necessarily. They say disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, and they can even be healthy when handled correctly. A good woman isn't scared to voice her opinions, even if they clash with yours. And let's say instead of always nodding along, she challenges your ideas and stimulates your thinking. She values open and honest communication. She believes that diversity in thought can strengthen the bond between you two. I don't really have a problem with that. You don't want to be telling your spouse, like you're responsible to help her grow, but not to shackle her like a slave and dictate everything she does in every moment of her day, and so on and so forth. I've made several videos about that already in the past. I've got about 1,800 videos. As far as the disagreeing, yeah, that's as long as she's not being critical and demeaning and belittling, and what is said is valid and comes from the right place. She wants to improve and she cares about you, doesn't want you to make a mistake. Pointing out maybe a better way to do things or look at things can be done and be very constructive and helpful. But if there's any kind of, arrogance or know-it-all or, being critical, then that disagreement is not going to do any good. Number 5, sign of a good woman, she appreciates the little things. That sounds good. And here's what they say by that. They say, as someone who's been in the love game for a while, I can tell you that often it's the little things that make a huge difference. A good woman doesn't just live for the grand gestures and big moments. They say she finds joy in the small, everyday things, like a shared joke, a quiet evening in, a thoughtful text message. These little gestures mean the world to her and appreciates your efforts, no matter how small they may seem. She values your time together, cherishes the simple moments. It's not about what you do, but the love and thought behind it. Very wonderful thoughts there on number 5. She appreciates the little things. Number 6, signs of a good woman. She's not perfect, and she knows it. She understands she has flaws, doesn't try to hide them. Instead, she embraces her imperfections and strives to learn and grow from them. She doesn't put up a facade or pretend to be someone she's not. She's genuine, honest, real, and she expects the same from you. And I'll add to that, you can't hide who you are. I mean, she already knows, and you can't fool her. And we should try to grow. We should never say, well, that's just the way I am. Well, we can always get better, and often our spouse is the best one to notice these flaws or imperfections, and the best one to tell us. Most other people probably wouldn't dare, but our spouse has that right. It just comes down to how we go about it, and if it's in a spirit of love or something else. Number 7 there, she inspires you to be better. Wonderful thought there. She's your motivator, your coach, your biggest fan. That indeed is a good woman. Number 8, she loves you in spite of everything. They say it's one of the most important signs of a good woman. She loves you in all your flawed, imperfect glory. She sees your weaknesses, your mistakes, your quirks, and yet she chooses to love you anyway. She doesn't just love the best parts of you. She loves the whole package, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And I agree. If you're going to last in a marriage, you can't change your spouse. You might as well learn to accept who they are. And, changes likely after a marriage are not going to be big if they happen at all. So don't expect them to change. Know what you can about them first. And don't expect a lot of change from your, if you're looking for a wife in the Philippines, from your love beyond the sea.